The room was silent, except for the faint hum of cameras and the nervous tapping of pens. Under the glowing lights of the Senate chamber, a storm was brewing, not of thunder and rain, but of truth, money, and the moral weight of a nation. Senator Rebecca Caldwell sat at the long, polished table of the U.S. Senate Banking Committee, her heart pounding beneath her tailored suit. She had spent years preparing for this day, and she knew what she was about to say could change everything: her career, her friendships, and possibly, the future of millions of Americans. Rebecca wasn't born into privilege. She grew up in a small Ohio town where factory whistles marked the rhythm of life. Her father, a steelworker, had lost his pension when his company collapsed after decades of mismanagement. Her mother worked double shifts at a diner just to keep the lights on. It was the sight of her father crying quietly over bills that drove Rebecca to politics, not for power, but for justice. And now, sitting in this room surrounded by marble walls and political veterans, she was about to confront the very institutions that had once crushed her family. Across from her sat representatives from the nation's biggest banks, men in $1,000 suits with smiles so polished they reflected the camera lights. They'd come prepared with binders of talking points and teams of lawyers, ready to dodge, deflect, and deny. But Rebecca wasn't interested in political theater. She was here to expose the system that had turned greed into law. When the chairman yielded the floor, she rose slowly, her notes trembling slightly in her hand. "Mr. Chairman," she began, her voice steady but charged with emotion, "I didn't come here to play politics today. I came here to talk about people like my father, who believed in the promise that if you work hard, you'll be treated fairly. But that promise has been broken." A murmur swept through the room. The cameras zoomed in. Rebecca continued. 4.